What's up there guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Derail Valley. So we are in the midst of a realistic difficulty playthrough. In the last episode we picked out 2 jobs to take out of City South here, and we're also going to be heading towards Machine Factory in town to collect the DE2 traction motor. But without further ado, please do grab yourself a drink, let's hit the rails. Alright then guys, firstly shout out to anybody who did get themselves a drink. I hope it was something nice. In this episode we're going to be taking the job that we loaded in the last episode, these 3 cars here with scrap metal, and also a bunch of cars to goods factory in town that I wasn't too sure whether we would be taking, but yeah, I'm pretty sure now that it's a good idea to take those with us, because why not? So we are heading out in the direction of Machine Factory in town to collect the DE2 traction motor that we've paid for. But in the meantime, we might as well take a few jobs with us. So we'll take this scrap metal job, and not that one. We will take this freight haul as well, to goods factory in town. So let's just make sure we've got the right ones first, because we did load up the scrap metal last time, but we're just going to check the code and make sure that everything's all good. So we've got 3 cars here. So it's CSFH13. Yeah, just quickly check these ones. So only 2 real jobs that we could take. These cars are rolling. CSFH02. Now I've found that when they're rolling like that, it's a bug, because you could put the parking brake on, and indeed there'll already be a parking brake down that end. These cars aren't even that heavy, 136 tons, but yet they're still rolling. As you can see, I thought they'd made me out to be a liar there, but no, they are still moving, and that's with 2 parking brakes on. So yeah, kind of pointless having that on, because all it's going to do is confuse me when we actually come to release them. But yeah. What I'll do is pull these cars into position now. I do want the goods factory in town job closest to the locos, and the reason for that is because they will be the last order that we're dropping off out the 2, because we are heading out that way to steel mill first and on to goods factory in town following. So let's pull forward. Right, I'm going to check something here, because I think we've got a parking brake on. Yes, we do. Right. Let's just ease off the power. I'm going to fire up the second DH4. So we're using 2. One of them's ours. And I'm just going to test this. So, yeah, just making sure everything sounds right. We do have the blue multiple unit line connected, so that's all good. But yeah, our own demonstrator model is at the front here, painted in Derail Valley colours, which is different for this playthrough. We have come far enough forward, by the way, but we see the old weathered rented locomotive there as well. So we've got the double DH4. Now, the reason why I wanted to fire up the second one is because I want to give these cars a push to the other end. I want those I want the steel mill job at the other end here, but I don't want to go down there. So what I want to do is give them a little nudge down there and let them make their own way. So I'm going to close that brake line there. I'm going to disconnect this, and I'm going to leave this brake line in place so that when we go to stop, this brake line breaks. This is closed, so it'll have no impact on these cars. They'll keep going, but our brakes will automatically come on, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. So let's put her into reverse. We'll release the brakes to make sure. Actually, is that going to be released? Because I've closed that. Right, let's put the brakes on and then release them again. Yeah, that's right now. Those brakes will be off now. Yeah, that would have not worked, I don't think. So we've now got everything in reverse, brakes are off. No, we've still got some brakes there. Let's keep pushing. Right, where's the little... We'll just get rid of that excess pressure there. It might be on the other side. It's alright. Right, let's just get that out of there. And just get that out of there. Right. Get them going a little bit like that. And I'm going to switch this one and that. Then I'm going to put on some loco brake, which has put us down there. And at the same time, those cars have gone off down there. So that was okay. That worked out sort of what I wanted. We're in the right place. I'm going to even get us moving forward a little bit. Oh, we won't be able to because the brake line's open. That's alright. So what I want is these cars down here and ready to be connected on to. Ideally, I could have slowed us down there and done a connection there at a slow speed of about 5 kilometers, but this is the key part, getting these cars down here really, without us having to come down here and then go back up. So everything's fine. Everything's exactly what I wanted here. Just interesting. The textures didn't look like they're loaded in on that DE2 there, but looks a bit better now that we're closer. Right. I could stop this set of cars anytime now, really. Or I could just roll them off down here a little bit further. Seeing as they are moving, it's all good. And all I need to do to stop them is to open this valve. Now, I know that we're heading up that way, so I need to be on that line, up there, taking either that one or that one. So I'm going to let them roll on a little bit further, really. I didn't actually intend to let them roll this far, but might as well. I think we're slightly downhill here, so that's going to be to our advantage, but I want enough space to allow those cars to come and connect up here, and then for us to set off where we want to go. So I'll just let them keep going a bit more. Quite pleased with how much speed they had there, but they do seem to be coming to their own stop now. I guess they just don't have enough momentum. Might start gaining a bit more now though. Now I'm just trying to gauge and judge. I mean, we've got 8 cars there, and then we've got our flatbed short car and 2 DH4s, so maybe there. Right, they're not going anywhere because all that brake pressure has been released there now. So those cars will stay exactly where they are. I'm hoping. I do wonder whether it thinks that we've... I'm just thinking now, I might have made a mistake there. Be interesting to see actually, because it might think that we've taken those cars too far out of the station. It might not let us validate them. Be a shame if it doesn't, because we loaded those. Right, so first things first, get that closed, get the compressor running, because that compressor will be running would have been running the entire time actually. Be very interesting to see what happens here. Those cars are obviously on the track down there, and they are out of the station to be fair, but I have had it before where I've had the game think that I've taken the job out of the station. It actually happened at Machine Factory in town, between the military base and the main station, the main part, because it literally thought that I had taken them out because I'd ran them round the outside from the military base up and round. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. It's not the end of the world. It's just the layout of the station over there. Lended itself to that sort of thing. Right. So now what I'm doing is reversing these cars up, connecting them up there. And hopefully we'll be all good. This double DH4 thing though is going to be pretty awesome. You see we're already doing 30 kilometers. We're flying here. These are actually very light though, so... Right, we'll see what happens here then. So what I'm going to do is connect up, switch the switches as required, get us heading through City South, obviously with the intention of heading up to Steel Mill. If for some reason this job's invalidated, then we'll disconnect it and say sayonara, but hopefully that won't be the case. Okay, that was touching. Why isn't it touching anymore? That is very weird behaviour, isn't it? I found that I am experiencing a bit of strangeness with this game. Every now and again. But those brake pipes are now being refilled. So... with that done, you see, we're not quite far back. We're not far enough back, actually. We need to come back a tiny bit more. So despite all of that length there, it wasn't quite enough. Right, so I'm going to throw that one, I'm going to throw that one. And that will take us down the centre, basically, and out of here. So, without further ado, let's get a move on. And I'll go and validate these orders and hopefully we won't have a problem. And I'll validate those as we pass by. Okay, so all good so far. Just ease off the power. Right, let's see if we can dash ahead. I don't know how far ahead we will get with this tiny little leap forward, but we'll try our best. Certainly hitting it like nobody's business. We are a fair bit in front now, I think. Certainly can't hear the engine, although we do have our backs to it. But yeah, hopefully won't fall through the track as well, won't fall through the world. That does happen. It has happened to me before. Right, validation has occurred. So happy with that. Right, so we are going firstly to B3I, and here comes our train. So another great piece of news is that we are going to the B yard in Steel Mill, which is a pass-through yard, as opposed to A, which is far more challenging. But we're facing in the right direction anyway. So firstly, we're going to B3I. So let's have a look at... where are we going? Steel Mill. So B is here. B3I is here. So let's assume that we're going into B3I. If there's anything in there, we'll need to reverse in probably, maybe. And we're also going to check our route as well. So we're heading out this way, heading up this way through coal mine south, left, left, left into steel mill. So that's already set, probably because that's the same as the route that we took more recently. But we are going through coal mill south. Everything should already be set here. We will be heading around the outside. You can head through this way, of course, as well. But for now, we're going to concentrate on climbing this hill. Got an 80-kilometre speed limit and a bit of weight on the back, but not a great deal. So we've got 168 tonne and 136, so not a great deal at all, to be fair. Got a 50 limit here. Leaves back a little bit because we are into a little temperature thing as well there. Not a great deal, but just a little bit. So he's back. Right, let's sit ourselves into a nice position here. This should be a fairly reasonable drive, to be honest with you, and without it, it shouldn't be very eventful in terms of dramatic. Hopefully be a chance for us to chat nicely and not have any issues. I do love how clean it is in here though. I'm loving this paint scheme, and yeah, I may well keep it as it is now. Obviously in my standard difficulty playthrough we painted it with the blue paint, the demonstrator model paint, which was great fun. It always is. A bit more power on here. But I did say, obviously we've gone through the standard paint liveries, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think it looks great. And you know, the contrast, I love that rough look as well. If you're in sandbox mode, of course, you can select your own paint job with the remote. We can only re-rail a couple of things, LED switch, etc. on this in this mode, but yeah, we might do a bit of sandbox stuff at some point. Might do a bit more streaming at some point. Need to get back to that really. I had a great time when I did stream this game. That was so much fun, interacting with you guys, chatting and playing the game. It's too much fun. Right, let's just ease back here a bit. 50 limit. Hopefully slowing down automatically here. So we are still at an incline. There we go, we're down to 50 now. Alright, so good progress overall. We've got this switch coming up, which is going to take us to Coal Mine South. We've got a 60 limit here, but I think it might get a bit tighter than that. If you look on the map here, this is tight for us to go right, so let's just ease off. You can see the way the track there bends round. So we've got a 50 limit. And there she goes round. Effortlessly, really. And again into more switches, 50 limits. So this will now be us going through Coal Mine South next. A nice short selection here. I do wish that fan would spin. But it's beautifully modelled nonetheless. Alright, so hopping back in. We're doing about 45. Right, so let's let it flow around. And I said we're going around the outside here. Now you can take that second track there. It's more of like a service yard really. There's never anything in it, but obviously you've got the coal refueling point there. And yeah. You know, it's always worth checking as well, no matter where you're passing through. See if there's any jobs that you can take with you. Could do that here, to be fair. Let's see where the station office is. And obviously as well, we're looking for the other two demonstrators as well, but pretty sure I had a good look around the last time we came through here. Tell you what, let's bring it to a stop here a sec. Still got a bit of space for momentum coming out of here. Nice VW there. Right, where's the station office gone? It must be through here. There it is. Right, let's have a look then. So we've got the nice S060 there. Is there any jobs going our way? So plenty of coal power plant stuff. Steel mill. Wow, that's a little heavy for what we need. Goods factory, but yeah, plenty of goods factory, but I don't fancy slotting those cars in. I wouldn't mind actually just tagging something on the end, like a nice steel mill bit here. So this one's a potential 39. Coal. Wow, I mean, it's like, you know, it'll probably be these ones, won't it? The ones that I can't get to. Look at that, hey? Would you believe it? 39, 3 cars here at the end. Oh, no. CMS FH39. It's an extra 240 tonnes there for a payment of 8.1, and it's in this lane here, and there's nothing in front of it. I think that could be a decent stop there actually, and grab. Decent stop and grab. See if we can sort our track out. So that's all good. What about this one? Alright, so we're going to head over there, reverse in, and pull everything around. Let's get our train round here then, shall we? We'll probably just wait here for it to come. I mean, we can see how fast it's going. We don't even have the signal extender, but we certainly can see the speed, and we can see that there is signal. So she should be coming around. In her own good time. But yeah, we'll see her come around in a sec, I think. But yeah, it's always fun to do this, to be fair. There she is. So we'll get her up to about 40. I mean, we will be making a stop and then doing a reverse, so this should be good fun. Right, so we're going to come back this way, so let's head to where we're going to be reversing from without falling. that would be disaster. Right, so we are good now to reverse up. Here she comes. Alright, so yeah, didn't really intend to stop here to be fair, but we might as well enjoy the beautiful view as well that you get here. Bit of extra cash, 8 grand. I think we need it after that disaster in the last episode. Wow, I didn't even realise that you could potentially climb those steps there. That's pretty cool. We obviously don't want to put at risk our time bonuses for the other 2 jobs, but I think we should be alright, to be fair. Alright, cool. So where I think actually it's on the end, isn't it, with these cars? So it's not going to be that one. That's in the middle. It's that one actually, which is very handy. So let's start to pull these. So we're looking at CMS FH39. So we've got the job here. Let's validate this while they are pulling away. And there we go, we've picked up another one there, and that one's going to A6I. Typical, isn't it? Right at the very end. So forget about what I said about going to the B yard. We're going to be going to A first, because those cars are right at the back. So unless we can go through B, actually we can't, because we've got cars at the rear. I was going to say drop them off and then sort of like... That's a funny noise. Sometimes you do get this sound. That's very weird. So it sounds like they are about to derail. Why am I stuck under the car now? See what I mean? That sound? Going very slow. There should be no reason for derailment. Now, what was that about? Again, under the car. Last place I want to be. Please don't say I'm stuck under here. Oh my days, please let me out. There we go. Right, don't fall. Right, this wagon is strangely sounding like it's derailed even though it isn't. It's not derailed, is it? No, it isn't. It would tell us there if it was. Right, let's stop messing around. Let's hop back in, get a move on. Right, so our first drop off now at the very rear is A6I. Right, so on the map we are coming up the track here, we're going to be heading up to Steel Mill, and then we're going to be reversing into A6I. So, in order to achieve that, we need to go through B first. And that will take us through. We're then going to reverse into A6I, so we need to go basically back this way into there. We're going to throw that switch once we've passed. Right, let's focus on doing that first then. We'll certainly get a move on. Certainly getting to be late in the day now, coming into the evening time. So we'll see how we get on with that as well. But that old short flat car didn't seem to enjoy being tugged between the two parts of the train, like in terms of the locos and the actual goods. So yeah, we'll try it. Maybe give her a rest next time and pull out the old rail car and let her do the collection next time. But yeah, pleased to be able to say these two DH4s are not struggling with this weight. It's not a great deal of weight to be fair, but still. Alright, 50 coming up, so we'll just ease off. So it looks like we've got our set of switches coming up, so we are fairly close to Steel Mill to be fair now. So let's get a bit of brake on. We'll put a bit of dynamic on as well, a bit of dynamic brake, get that engine braking working for us. So here we go. Get ourselves through here. And 50 into 50. So we're now here. Going into another switch, and then certainly towards Steel Mill. So again, more 50 limit here. We are doing that. Just cruising. Just coasting. Not a problem. Man, you've got to love this game, haven't you? And there we go with farm slash, always forget, Oil Well Central, directly in front of us. And there we go, round, and we are now most definitely heading towards Steel Mill on this piece of track here. So we have made really good progress and nothing to complain about at all. It's been very quick to be fair, and I'm really looking forward to getting into there now and getting these two offloaded. Also see if there's anything else going to goods factory in town. But yeah, the one thing that is for certain now that we're using our own DH4, we're not going to be able to get her serviced using the machine with the automatic method. We're going to have to do everything manually. So it's worth noting, obviously fuel levels, etc. At the moment it's not a problem because she's fresh. This is her first run outside of the little bit of shunting, and yeah, right, she's firing along here. So we've got a 120 limit into an 80, so you can imagine that 120 really is false, and then a 50 limit as we come into the yard. So let's get the speed down a bit. You see the temperature's coming up for using the dynamic brake there. Obviously no throttle on. You can't have both dynamic and throttle. Coming down to 70. We're about to hit the yard, so really ideally 50 through here, but at the same time we're going straight, so shouldn't be a problem for us to maintain a slightly higher speed. But as soon as we're going to be stopping anyway, we might as well And B2 did have something in it. So we'll come reversing back up here once we've dropped off in A. We'll probably need to connect up to that set of stuff there, push them back. Might be a bit challenging with the DH4 to be fair. Probably quite weighty those. I can't remember what they're called now. Right, we'll use the dynamic off, get a bit of train brake on here. Just a little bit. We've still got quite a bit of train to pass here yet. Whoops. So this is the switch we want. Alright, next challenge. Getting into A6 and ensuring there's enough space. So we've got 3 cars with coal in them. Now, I'd be surprised if there's anything in A6, but just keep our eyes open just in case. See the sun's starting to come down, visibility getting worse. Looks like she's empty, so that's a good thing. Yeah, we'll get these in here. We'll pull forward. We'll get the other ones into the B yard. Right, let's see what we're going to be doing here. All right. Any parking brake will do. Let's go get paid while our train moves forward. Bunch of scrap here. We've already examined it a number of times and decided most definitely there is no demonstrator loco there. Our train is moving forward there. What a beautiful sight to behold. Locos at the front. And this job we have been paid for 12,000. Happy, happy, happy. 222,000 in the wallet. Obviously still recouping off that $200,000 bill for that damaged DH4. It's actually the second one, isn't it, in our current consist, and wow, what a disaster that was. If you didn't see that, I'd recommend going and checking out that previous video, because that was certainly interesting and not something that I've ever seen before. Locomotive damaged on the turntable by the turntable handle hitting it and knocking it flying off the line. What an absolute disaster. Like I said, absolutely inadvertent and obviously just very costly. Alright, so we are going back. Actually, that one's right. That one isn't. So we are going back that way and then into B2. I think we're slightly uphill here. But yeah, no problem at all for the DH4s here. Doing an absolutely masterful job. So when we get in here, we're going to have to give these a push because there's 3 cars here, but they're not going to fit in, I don't think. Could be wrong. But let's have a quick look, eh? Let's see what's happening. And again, I'm just going to check. Oh, it's B3. Oh, my days. Right, okay. Good job I checked. It's B3. There's nothing in it. I know some of you probably already noticed that. Like, you know, when I said it the first time, but... This is why we check the paperwork, guys. So let's have a look. Yeah, this is going to be easy then. I swear though, you know, this game has got a way of catching me out. And I don't know, I mean, tell me guys, I know some of you have shared some of your experiences with this game and kind of... See how that's blurred? Look blurred there. I know some of you shared your experiences of tragedies in this game, and it is very possible to have terrible situations occurring. And it's almost like the game has a trolling aspect to it, even though it doesn't really. Right, there we go, the external lights coming on here in the yard. We will stick on the parking brake. Right, let's go get paid. Yeah, nearly 15,000 there, so not a great deal of money, but certainly enough. Right, anything going to goods factory in town? Harbour, machine factory, more harbour. That's an offload. Yep, no. Right, let's get a move on, guys. I was going to do the last bit in the next video, but let's just do it. It's going to be a longer video, but why not? We'll get it done. Might as well enjoy the full experience, eh? Onward to goods factory in town. So we're heading out of here. Should be pretty straightforward to take us into there. And we're heading for D6I. We know where the D yard is. Goods factory is here. So we're going to head through B yard. Straight through the loading bay by the looks of things. Then on to C yard, where we're going to go through that way. Head up to the top. Go around the top, go into there, into D, and just again checking, because it's always good to check. We're looking for D6I. Right, let's just ease back on the power here for a sec till we get through here. D6I. So we'll be coming in this way. And there we go. Right. Now that we are on our way with only one job left, and we're almost through here, get some power down, because this is one of the faster parts of the game. This piece of track here is probably the fastest piece of track in the game. It's as straight as a die. It's a beginner, certainly a beginner part, because you do start off here. And if you are heading up to goods factory as one of your first jobs, then you can certainly experience pushing the locomotive to the limit here. 120 kilometre speed limit. We're coming up to max speed here, and I dare say we're going to run her off the speedometer with the way that we're going. Right, let's just ease back and let her just run. She's just coasting beautifully and at high speed. Certainly going to get there in no time. And there we go, guys. Well, I do hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I've certainly had a good time with it. If you could hit the like button, that would help me out a great deal against the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd love it if you'd go ahead and do that, and obviously hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of up and coming videos. Got a 90 limit. I would dare say we're going 90. Let's just put a bit of dynamic brake on, see how she handles it. She doesn't like that, does she? She doesn't like it. Now, the reason that she didn't like that is because the loco is doing all of the braking effort there on her own, and it's the actual engine that's doing it. So she certainly did not approve of that behaviour there, me applying a bit of dynamic at such high speed. I dare say if we put a tiny bit on, she probably won't mind. See that temp starting to come up straight away. We did get the warning straight away there that we'd done something a bit naughty, and see, with just one bit of dynamic, the temp's still coming up. Hear the fan kicking in. But we want to roll off quite a bit of the speed. We've got a switch track coming up. We're going to be heading up towards Goods Factory. I think it's a 50 limit, so I think we can just knock that off now. $60 limit, so we're under that. Right. 50 actually for this part. So we're exactly at the right speed. So I think after this stop here, I think we'll bed down for the night here at Goods Factory before determining our path across the machine factory with whatever that's going to be like. Really, we could have took that job up to, you know, the one going up to Food Factory. That would be one route. I get a little bit tired of that northern route for some reason. I don't know. It's not. I think it's because what you got is this bit's all right, but then you've got this piece of track here which takes a lot longer because of that. You know, I think this part here is more fun. Right, 80 limit. Tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut off that second DH4. We're using fuel there and it's totally unnecessary. We don't need that second DH4 on. She's now shut down. Engine will be cooling down. See, this one DH4 can cope just fine. And yeah, we see a bit of Goods Factory coming up now. So yeah, here in the UK, it's what we call the half-term holidays leading up to Christmas. So the kids are off this week. So I'm trying to obviously still keep as much content coming out as possible, but at the same time, I am deliberately focused on Derail Valley and enjoying this playthrough for what it is. So this week will be Derail Valley content, although there is a few other games that I do want to cover, and I might even try and get an extra video out the weekend. But what I would say, guys, is definitely you're going to have Derail this week. Plenty of Derail. That is the focus. And to be honest with you, I think it's pretty awesome that the game that you guys enjoy me playing the most is the game that I enjoy the most. And what other simulator is there that's as good as this? Tell me in the comment section, guys. Is there a simulation game that is as good as Derail Valley? I personally don't think so. And I would also dare say that there's no real reason for that there isn't another one as good. Again, a bit of a dynamic on here. So I think I said a number of videos ago, this game is made in Unity. So there must be another game which is good as this out there. Let me know, guys. Do you know of one? I might ask this question again in my next video, because I really want to see what your guys' opinion is. Like, what is your favourite simulation game? So it might be something like Flight Simulator or Train Simulator, like the full one, the classic version. Something like that, anything. Mud Runner, obviously we cover that on the channel, or something like that. Let me know, guys. I'd love to check out. Maybe there's some simulators that I've never heard of. I do quite a lot of research on simulation games and what works, what doesn't, what's meant to be good, what isn't meant to be good, you know, and the reasons for those things. But I'm open to suggestions always, so hit me up. Alright, here we are. And here she comes. And I think there she is. Brakes on. And we will certainly disconnect. We will put that on. And we will disconnect, and we will shut down, and we'll stick our own parking brake on as well. So there we go. Let's go get paid. And yeah, we can obviously see what other jobs are going, taking us in the direction we want to go in. Let's have a look, hey. So, station office, job in hand. And there we go, paid with a time bonus. So we did that in 39 minutes. We had 104 minutes to complete. And there we go, guys. Bit of money in the pocket. And yeah, a number of jobs going out of here. There is one going to Food Factory, although one doesn't really look that good. We've got a loading job there, 10,000. So 10,000 a load. I wonder how much it is to take it. So potentially 2 there going to food. Harbour. We've got a machine factory job there as well. 500 tons. That might be worth it just in itself. But I think that's about it. Oil well north. So if not that one, then these two with oil well north. Now the reason that I'm saying that is because we could do oil well north heading up to food factory. It's a shame there isn't a job going to oil refinery, to be fair, because that would have been a good one. But to be fair, oil well north might have one going to oil refinery. But that's for next episode, guys. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit the like button. You'd be helping me out a great deal against the YouTube algorithm. But otherwise, guys, please do take care of yourselves. And I'll catch you guys again soon.